and you can't believe it. It is the dream we've all had forever come true. Unbelievable. Then you start thinking, because you're a nominee for like a month, so you have a lot of time to think about it. And everybody treats you differently instantly at every restaurant, every hotel, every airplane ride, everywhere. You're treated differently. You are an Academy Award nominee. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts. Everywhere you go, the gym, everywhere. It's congratulations, Mr. Roberts. And it's for a whole month, all day, every day. So after about the second week, you start thinking, am I going to win this thing? I wonder, am I going to win? And you start thinking about it. And then you start thinking about the hit movies, how much money, this movie made, how much money that movie made, blah, blah, blah. Has he been nominated for? Have I been nominated for? Blah, blah.
That guy might die soon.
You start balancing it all out, trying to decide who's going to win. And I decided this. Well, Out of Africa, written by my future father-in-law, who I didn't know then. Out of Africa, Klaus Mayer Brandauer will probably win because he's older, he's more established than I am, and he was in the hit movie of the year, Out of Africa. That was a huge hit, so he'll probably win. But if he doesn't, I could. So you get there. And it's all in the whole month of, I wonder. And you get there and you walk in, and the nominees are not you, but not Klaus, but Don Amici. So then you say to yourself, wow, that wasn't fair. And you say to yourself, he was fine in that movie. In fact, I'm a blank on the title of that movie right now. Cocoon. He was fine in that movie. He was even good in that movie. An Academy Award? No, not fair. So you say that to yourself, and then you decide, or at least I decided, if I ever do get nominated again, and if I ever win, and I like the other 4 nominees, I'm going to share it. We're going to have all 5 names engraved on it. I'm going to make it fair. If I ever get nominated again, we'll see.
You will. There's no doubt in my mind.
But I have never been more disappointed in who won in the category as I was that year, because if Klaus didn't win, I might.
Yeah.
Klaus didn't win, and I didn't either, and the guy who won was fine, but didn't deserve a trophy.
That's how
and it made me very sad for the whole premise, the understanding of it. I realized if I ever do win, I'm going to share my trophy, because it's going to be a young actor like I was. I was only, how was I, 28, 29? There's going to be a young actor like me who deserves an Oscar, but didn't get it, and I'm going to share it.
I have a funny feeling the boss is going to forbid you to do that.
She's
going to put your name on it because we just got a new house. You just got an Oscar. That means we're moving. We got a house in Kauai. Pack your bags, you lucky man, you.
How many years have you and I spent watching the Oscars, getting truly infuriated at who won? To the point where we go, I'm not watching next year. And then, of course,
every year you go, when are they just going to toss Meryl Streep a fucking bone? Like, if I was Meryl Streep, maybe I don't go anymore.
Well, Meryl Streep is one of those things that when you're that good that often, it's not a celebration anymore. That's the sad thing about it. She is perfect every time. She's perfect.
You never
it's not a celebration anymore because we expect it.
And you never
That's the crime of being brilliant. And she is perfect. I mean, Christ, she's perfect.
Nick said something that I really wanted to get into with you, was with Meryl Streep. You never see her act. You never see the work. And we have this conversation, like there's 2 categories of actors, well, aside from ones that are good and ones that suck. There's actors that you see their work. Like Dustin Hoffman, I love. Pacino. Oh, I love Al Pacino, Eric. Don't get me wrong. But you see the work.
You see the spit and the sweat and the tears, but you love it.
The duct tape. You see this. You can see everything, and they present you this. Like, look, they're working, and there's.
That's a garbage truck backing up.
Holy smokes! Scared the hell out of me. You can tighten that up, right? You pull that out. But then there's people like
Why pull that out? I want everybody to know you get rid of your garbage.
Right. I like that. You know what? You're the best. Then there's people like Meryl. I can call her Meryl. She's a Jersey girl. And there's people like say like a Mark Ruffalo or somebody where you don't even know they're in a movie. Are there actors that you watch Like, who are other actors, in your opinion, who are actors that I should look out for and Nick should look out for? Like, these people, they're seamless. You don't see any work.
Well, the best actor of our generation is a man named Gary Oldman. I mean, he is perfect.
But I've seen a lot of his work. I mean, the Professional, when he's taking the pills and doing the crazy stuff with his head.
But the work. But again, it's a case of you see the work, but the work is tremendous. You see the brush strokes, but the brush strokes are beautiful.
I'm a Gary Oldman groupie. I will go watch him across the street just to watch him. I'm really impressed with him. There's a movie I want to talk about only because I only said yes to this particular movie because because it was a very hard part, and I was at a place in my life where I said I want to do something that's not even doable that I'm going to make doable, And it was this part, and this part was a crime scene photographer, and he was involved with a woman who was played by Kelly Preston, and I'm sorry, who was played by my wife Eliza Roberts, and he was involved with her, and then he ends up having an affair with the Kelly Preston, as he's taking pictures of this crime scene. He meets her, gets involved with her, blah blah blah. Anyway, I have a 3-page monologue in that movie on a telephone where I'm basically losing my mind, and it took 2 days to shoot. It's that. I mean, it goes on forever, and it's all over this apartment, so it's all kinds of camera setups. So it's really difficult, and I said yes to the movie because of the challenge of that part. It's not a great movie. It is a great story, and it is a really interesting character that I played, and I really loved him as a character. But my wife, who this is a bit of trash for you, the producer of that film was an ex-boyfriend of my wife's, and I told him I wanted her to play my girlfriend, and he said no. And I said, well, then you can't have me. And he said, okay. And I hung up the phone thinking, oh, well, what a shame. He called back, and he said, okay, I'll reconsider. Yes, you can have her play your girlfriend. So, and my wife steals the frickin' movie.
What movie is this?
It's called Love is a Gun.
1989?
So you got the movie?
And you got the good man. 1993. 1993? Yeah, 1993. And I'm just very proud of this movie because it's a character you'd never expect me to play. He is not a bad guy. He just is a big F up. He's a huge F up, but he's not a bad guy. But my wife does the most incredible performance. We have a scene where I get caught messing around, and I'm on a couch, being all put upon, and she actually throws a telephone at me, and I mean, I recommend this movie to watch Eliza Roberts and to watch him play a role you never expect me to play.
Well, we'll all watch it.
Absolutely.
Love is a Gun.
1993, Love is a Gun, Eliza Roberts. Well, then you weren't Eliza Roberts.
Yes, she was.
You were married in 92.
We married in 92, yeah.
Oh. Can I say your maiden name? What was your maiden name?
Well, when I did Animal House, it was Eliza Garrett.
Animal House is Eliza Garrett.
And the youngest member of the cast of Animal House was Keaton Simons, because she was pregnant with him at the time.
Oh my God,
that's adorable.
I was like, Kevin Bacon? Who was the youngest member? Was it Kevin Bacon?
That's fantastic.
No, it was an in utero.
He was a fetus.
Keaton Simons.
Yeah.
Fetal Keaton.
Is there a role that you were positive you had that you didn't get?
Help me remember, baby.
Were you not one that where it got fucked up, one that you were you left, I don't know, I mean, you probably don't know, I have to audition for everything, but you probably get many.
It's happened twice in the past year. What was it, baby?
Well, no, the biggest one was Indecent Proposal.
Oh, Indecent Proposal, right.
That was political, but that was yours.
Right, Indecent
to play
Proposal came down between me and Redford. And they took the bigger movie star.
What's worse, that or losing an Oscar to Don Amici?
Losing an Oscar to Don Amici.
Absolutely.
That was a foolish question, honey.
Oh, I know. There's all softballs.
But I really wanted that part in Indecent Proposal. That was a cool part.
The only problem is you have to act like you would want to have sex with Demi Moore. That's tough. I know you're going to sit that one out. For me, that would be the hard part. the thing when you get like nominated for an award, I was nominated for an Emmy for a reality show, Last Comic Standing. And you say, like you said, I'm just happy to be nominated. And then people get in your ear, and then I still didn't care. It's just good to be nominated. And it's not until you're sitting there and they go, and the nominees are, and there's a screen, everywhere, there's monitors, and it's you and 4 other people, and you realize at that moment, I mean, I wasn't in Runaway Train. This is a category that doesn't belong in the Emmys. It's a reality show category. Best reality show. This is insane. And I didn't care. I'm invited to the party. All I wanted was the respect. I'm a producer. I created the show. And they go, and the nominees are, and they're like, Mark Burnett, Survivor, this person, Amazing Race.
Suddenly you want the hardware.
Amazing Race wins every time. Suddenly they go, Jay Mohr, Last Comic Standing. At that moment.
I know the moment, pal.
I know you know it. That's why. And there's no gauge, a Geiger counter, a ruler, you can never be able to explain to a human being the fucking Apollo rocket that takes off from your loins through the roof of the auditorium like, this could happen. And I didn't give a shit. An hour ago, I was like, fuck it. Whoever wins, Dom Amici, if he won, I'll shake his hand. God, he's an old son of a bitch.
Suddenly it's
him.
life and death.
It is life and death at that moment. And then when they say someone else's name, it's like Bette Midler in the room. Where's everybody going?
Well, the best reaction I ever saw to anybody winning and losing was Eddie Murphy when he's nominated for something. I don't know what it was for. And they said, and the winner is not Eddie Murphy. And the look on his face, he rolls his eyes.
Dreamgirls.
He rolls his eyes, and it was perfect.
We went nuts.
Yeah.
That's how you feel. The way he acted is exactly how you feel, only he did it, and I wanted to kiss him on the lips because it was perfect.
I don't think... I know what you're saying, but I think there's an enormous difference between the way you felt and the way he felt. I think Eddie felt completely entitled, and this was he's been around long enough, let's give him the Oscar. I think he expected to win because, goddamn it, I'm Eddie Murphy.
Well, not because he gave a tremendous performance.
Yeah, like it wasn't a runaway train.
As a
like
young actor.
I'm also an Eddie Murphy groupie too, but let me then tell you this. If a guy isn't going to even be nominated for Star 80, and at the time I didn't notice it particularly, I didn't get nominated, okay, fine. But then as all the years pass, and I watched that film again about 3 years ago, and I went, wow, Roberts, you really did it. You really did it. Good for you, mother. I was so proud of myself. And but then you look back, and if you don't get nominated for that, and Don Amici wins over you for Runaway Train, you realize it's not fair. Right. It is whatever it is, but it's not fair. But I still won a trophy. I still won an Oscar. I won an Oscar more than anything in my life except my marriage to my wife. It's the only thing I would not forfeit for an Oscar.
Why is that? Because you want
it's
to see the legitimacy
it's the ultimate dream, and man, I have practiced my acceptance speech at 5 years old, at 6 years old, at 8 years old, at 12 years old, at 14 years old.
When you were no longer a mime, obviously.
Of course, because I was speaking.
Yeah, he was
I was saying words.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was gesturing his thank you speech.
But to be honest about it, we've all done this.
Yeah.
And every person you meet who watches TV has probably accepted an Academy Award speech in their bathroom mirror. I mean, it is not something
Eric,
that is not the ultimate fantasy of an award.
If I told you I was going to put $10 million in an account for you every year for the rest of your life, or just bob along the way you're bobbing along in this river of life, and you're going to get 2 Oscars. You're taking the Oscars? I'm taking the money.
I'm taking the Oscars. I'm going for the Oscars.
But I have,
if you guys were seated together, she'd be elbowing you in the ribs.
Well, and I know she's right, but I still want the Oscars.
But what is it about? I want one too, and I want a Cable Ace Award. I want a freaking Obie.
Oh, but you told me I was going to get 2. You said 2.
You got it.
Okay, if I get 2,
alive,
I will.
Like Peter Falk said in the In-Laws. The trick is to stay alive.
Also, if I were an old fogey,
enjoying your benefits.
That's really the key to enjoying your benefits, Shelley.
If I were Don Amici and I won that Oscar and I got up there, I would say, this is great. But I'm an old fart who did this and this and this. I've never been a particularly great actor, but